I hope your week is off to a fantastic start. This past week, we launched the new sermon series called Generations. And for the next few weeks, we're going to be looking at different dynamics in our family relationships with the hopeful intent of identifying some action plans that we can take in our marriage, in our relationships between parents and children, and even grandparents, so that we can leave a faith legacy and truly honor Christ first. My goal is not to re-preach the sermon from this past week. In fact, I would encourage you to go back and view it on demand if you missed it. But hopefully, as you and your family or maybe some friends have been walking through our deep dive questions or our springboard questions, we draw our attention to a story in Joshua. Joshua chapter 24. The timeline and context of this story is really important because this is toward the end of Joshua's leadership. He's transitioned from Moses. God has used him to actually lead his people into the promised land. And that has been one conquest after another, one expansion after another, as the people of God have marched into this land of promise that he has declared for them. The beauty of that is their borders were increased and they stepped into God's plan. The challenge of that is every step that they took, they were more exposed to other worldviews and cultural influence that actually distracted them from God's design. And when you think about it, that is a tension that you and I live with every day. I know what to do and I know how God wants me to live, but actually having the wisdom to carry that out and put it into practice is extremely difficult to do. For Joshua, he drew a line in the sand and he challenged the people of Israel to draw a line in the sand to say, you know what? We are not going to allow ourselves to be persuaded by the influences around us, but for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. I pray that that is truly not only something that you declare, but something that you live out today. But it's easier said than done. Don't allow your commitment to have a family that honors God and a desire to build a legacy of faith in your family. Don't allow it to just be something that you say, but actually do it. Don't allow it to be like some New Year's resolution that you've made this week, and by this time you may be already failed in keeping it. Instead, it's a commitment that's going to require some intentional effort on your part. And even if you dropped the ball yesterday, start today. Begin today to have intentional conversations, intentional family worship, intentional communication in your home where you walk in unity under the authority of Christ with a commitment to move together and to push each other out of fear and reverence for the Lord, to each individually become the person God has called you to be. I've dropped several statements through this short video commentary that tie back to the sermon that we discussed in greater detail this past week. Again, go back and watch it. You may also find other things as you're exploring our website that can be an encouragement to you. But my simple reminder for you today is be intentional in your personal pursuit of the Lord and be deliberate in your intentional pushing for your spouse or your children and your family to pursue the Lord. For together, we will serve the Lord. I love you. I hope you have a great day. Be encouraged, be intentional, and leave a legacy.